I'm sorry. I'm Atypical, and this is a review. Today, from the title, you can see that I'll be reviewing Turok, Son of Stone, which is the best coming-of-age story that we never see. What's going on? What is going on? Why is this happening? I hope that didn't change anything. It didn't. Good. Okay. Yes. Turok, Son of Stone. So, Turok, Son of Stone is a story about a man named Turok and his journey to do stuff. It is set in the American Northwest about the time of colonialism. So they mention buffalo, so they're Sioux probably, or in that area that buffalo are. I don't actually know much about any tribes. I know about culture in the Dene and Lakota. They might be Lakota. Lakota or Sioux, right? I don't know. I don't know. I'm not trying to be offensive. I just don't have enough information to say where they're from. Also, it might have just been stereotypical Native American tribe because the writers weren't thinking. Anyway, there's also guns, but they're new enough to the native peoples that they don't know what they are. Like one tribe has them and is proficient with them, and the main tribe isn't. They don't know what they are. It's like, what are those sticks they're holding? That's a new weapon. Doesn't look like it's gonna do much good. But yeah, it starts before that. There's 3 kids, probably teenagers actually. 2 guys who are brothers, Turok and his brother, and then a girl who they both are deeply in love with, I guess. And they're just running. They're chasing her, and they're all laughing. And then they come across a group of other tribesmen from a different tribe who are all shirtless and assholes. And one of them throws a tomahawk at Turok, who catches it instantly, without even thinking. Then the guy's like, "Ah, wow, what an ass." Oh wait, they were trading. They weren't really trading. The girl lost her head thing, and Turok's like, "Hey, give it back." And he's like, "I'll trade you for it," and throws a tomahawk at him, which I thought was pretty funny and pretty cool and a great line. It's like, "Oh, I'll trade you for it." Yeah, by trade I mean kill. Anyway, the guy decides, you know what, fuck this kid. I'm going to attack him. And so he has his 3 goons do it, and then him. And it's just a battle in a shallow river with white background because Turok goes bananas. He's just all up in their shit and kills all of them. And then he's just like there, like breathing heavily. I don't need to do it for you. As opposed to like, hey Turok, and then he touches his shoulder, and Turok whips at him and slices him everywhere. And then the girl's like, Turok, stop, you're gonna kill him. And then they go back to the village, and the elder's like, Turok, you have a dark shadow. No, blood begets blood. You must be excommunicated from the tribe. And I'm doing a very racist impression. I'm very sorry. Well, I'm sorry that it's racist. I'm not sorry that I'm doing it. Yeah. My fault that it's bad though, so I don't know. Anyway, cut to 15 years later. Yep, we see the first scene of the movie. He's 15, and we cut 15 years later for scene 2. So we never get to see him grow up in the wilderness alone. which would have been a great coming of age story, I think. And he's living, a 20-minute run away from the tribe. He's living nearby. He didn't like travel the country or anything. He's like, all right, I know these lands. I can survive here, even if I am a beast, as in like a bad beast, evil. Um, so he does, and there's this kid running, sees like carcasses everywhere because Turok just kills everything. I was like, Turok, you're my father's brother. We're about to go to war with a tribe over something that happened 15 years ago. You should come help. And this kid's an archer. And he's like, no, I can't. This is not my tribe. I'm not going to do it. I'm an asshole. And so the boy goes back. Is like, Dad, your brother's an asshole. And he's like, yep, I thought he would be. And apparently the girl from the opening scene is married to Turok's brother. Oh, his name was Neshoba. Yeah, Neshoba. The only other name I remember. Turok and Neshoba. Which is a valley from near where I'm from. It's a ski resort, Neshoba Valley. So I'm from the Boston area, so I don't know how Neshoba got out to the west, but writers weren't thinking. It's like, oh, it's a Native American name. Neshoba's a Native American name. We're gonna put this Native American name in a Native American place. Which is not how that works. Anyway, they have the battle. The guns kill half of the people. Then there's fighting, and yeah, Neshoba dies a horrible, gruesome death at the hands of the enemy leader, who has pistols and a horse, and also a musket, loaded with guns. Yeah, and the battle's over. He leaves on his own because, oh no, Turok comes to save the boy just as he's about to get killed, and then the enemy leaves, and then they're like, all right, we gotta follow him because he needs to die. Oh no, he kidnaps the mom. That's why they need to get her back, and so they chase him into a cave, which has a large bird with an axe beak, and it tries to kill him, but Turok manages to kill it. And they go through the cave, and then everything gets really warm, humid, and there are giant lizards everywhere, and they're just like, what? And so yeah, and then they go through the land before time. They travel 65 million years into the past, and fight a T-Rex, who later becomes Turok's friend. They kill long neck water dinosaur in a lake, and yeah, and they meet a tribe of people. Their tribe of people. Their tribe was wiped out, but a branch of it had once stumbled through this portal before, hundreds, thousands of years ago, and was there. And so they met up and were like, "Yo!" And the kid falls in love with the girl, and the female chief of that tribe falls in love with Turok, and the woman doesn't do anything. She's just there because they saved her, by the way, during the T-Rex chase, which was a good chase scene. But at the time, I didn't like it because it made no sense. I'm like, why are there dinosaurs everywhere? This makes no sense. Is this the whole point of the movie? Why did you have that giant setup? Like, it was a 20, 30-minute setup, I think. No, 20 minutes in a hour and 10-minute movie. So a good portion of the movie was set up. And yeah, I thought, oh, wow, this is stupid. They're just going to go back home and then forget all about this. And I guess they didn't. Lost themselves down the river. They saw velociraptors and assumed they were in hell. She's like, oh, this is hell. I belong here. I hate it here. I want to leave because I don't belong here. So yeah, ow, my leg. They do that. And they meet a tribe and they have to prove their worth. So Turok steals some pterodactyl eggs and learns how to control pterodactyls. Because he's fucking Turok. And yeah, then they have a feast. And then the next day they're attacked by the guy who they followed into the portal. Turns out he'd been huffing it on his own. Saw some fire, so he was like, oh, people. They can tell me what's going on, why there are fucking giant lizards everywhere. And he goes up to see a little girl, and she's like, hey, little girl. And she turns around, and she's got this huge brow, pointed teeth, blank eyes, and she's like, oh, fuck, what the hell? And then there are a bunch of fat people with the same thing, and like wispy, long hair, and it's clear that they're cavemen. And he's like, shit, what the fuck is this? I don't understand any of this. And they're just going, ah, 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 ah. Not, this is like a direct quote. They just grumble at him. And there's the chief who wears a similar headdress that he was wearing during the fight at the battle. So it's made to allude that this is his tribe and that other tribe is their tribe. Turok's tribe. It's pretty stupid, I think, because, 65 million years later, yeah, they're not gonna have that. Also, there weren't people 65 million years ago, and the T-Rex was not around at the same point as other dinosaurs that were mentioned or shown. So this is all just writing. It's great writing. That's what that is. Anyway, they go through it. They do the stuff, and they're attacked. Right? Yeah. He kills the leader with a gun, and they're just like, whoa. And so he becomes the leader, and they offer him meat, and it's like, oh, I don't eat horse meat because they killed his horse and cooked it. But then she's grumbling at him, rah, 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 and so he's like, fine, I'll eat it. And he's like, oh, this is pretty decent. And then it cuts to a guy at the fire pit, and it's not a horse. It's their former chief that he's eating. He's like, oh, I'm a cannibal. Great. Anyway, in the morning or at night, I don't know. He decides, all right, we're going to attack these fuckers, and he's like, come on, people like me. They look like me because the cavemen look weird, and yeah. So instead, he kills a guy who's bugging him with a gun, and he takes his blood and smears it on the wall and writes that. I don't know if you could tell what that was. It's like 2 jagged lines. And he's like, have you seen this? Because the war paint of the Turok's tribe is 2 jagged lines. And the war paint of the other tribe that is in Dinosaur Land also has 2 jagged lines. Anyway, so the cavemen are like, oh, fuck, I know what that is. So they don't say that because they can't talk because they're dumbasses and mindless brutes. But yeah, and they attack, and it's just this onslaught. He sneaks up, kills their guards, their sentries at night, and then they just like swarm over the bridge, killing everyone. At one point, the main male tribesman, I don't remember his name. No one remembers his name. He's fighting them on the bridge. There's only one bridge, I think. How'd they get out? There's a bridge, and they're coming across the bridge, and he's like, "Nah, fuck you guys. I'm gonna fight you on the bridge." And so he does, and then he's like, "I can't hold them for much longer. Turok, cut the rope." And so Turok does, and now everyone hates Turok temporarily. And he's like, "No, I gave him a warrior's death. He died fighting, saving you. He's a hero, not a coward, and he asked me to. So fuck you all. I'm still gonna save you from this onslaught of bad." Yeah, during the fight, the baddie realized Turok has his father's tomahawk. And he's like, yo, where'd you get that? He's like, I killed a man for it. He didn't kill a man for it. It was traded to him. But he did kill the man with it. And then the baddie's like, fuck you, I have to kill you to regain my honor. Because I'm Zuko. Anyway, the cliff people is what they're called. Not the cavemen, the cliff people. They're two different groups. The tribesmen are the cliff people. They have mammoths for some reason, so they pack up their mammoths and leave after burying their dead. And it's just like, yep, this is how we do it. And Turok's like, I gotta go kill this guy, because otherwise he's gonna keep coming back. And so he goes into the woods and trains a T-Rex. Yeah, he goes into the woods and trains a T-Rex. And then Batty finds everyone else, including Archer and the woman, the mother. And so, yeah, there's another big fight. The T-Rex shows up, scares off all the baddies, except the one. And I think he's eaten. I don't remember the ending. It was a couple days ago. But yeah, that's Turok, Son of Stone. So what I think they could have done better is telegraph what the fuck was going on. I don't know how. Also be more accurate with their portrayal of Native American cultures and their dinosaurs. Like, if you're gonna go Jurassic, go Jurassic. If you're gonna go Triassic, go Triassic. There were T-Rexes and Velociraptors and Brontosaurus and Stegosaurus. All these like common dinosaurs, yeah, but some of them are Jurassic, some of them are Triassic, some of them are other Asic. There's just mixed bag. There are also mammoths. Pretty sure that was a completely different era. Yeah, it was a different era, different overarching part of life that didn't happen until way later, until mammals started becoming a thing. But yes, the Tyrannosaurus Rex and the mammoth both are in America at some point. The place in America that they were too. And so is that beak thing. The other ones I'm not so sure about because I don't actually have much knowledge about this subject, but I would have liked it to be more good, more better, because it could have been more accurate. And I guess it doesn't really matter for this kind of movie. It was an hour and 10 minutes long, so no one's really gonna care. It's just a kids movie about a violent murderer who decides to stay in hell with his family. And by that I mean his sister-in-law and nephew. And the woman he loves dies. And I don't know if he ever actually loved her, but she loved him, and she dies by the hand of Big Bad with a gun in the head. No, in the heart. It was in the heart because she said some last words and was like, Turok, you gotta leave my people. And so he does. He stays. And the Tyrannosaurus Rex leaves after he releases him from his hold. Turok. Yeah, and the Tyrannosaurus thinks about killing Turok. And he's like, you know what? No. I respect you. You and I are the same. We're violent and murderous, except I do it for food. Because I can't eat anything else. You're just an asshole. Yeah. Turok, Son of Stone. So that was a review. I'm gonna do another one right now because I also watched another movie. And you know what? Why not do as many a month as I can? And something to look forward to. I'm going to try to rewatch all of Korra season 1, Legend of Korra, and do a review on that because I have some great ideas for that. I think. My leg. I pins and needles, and it feels. Oh, I'm gonna take a break, and then come back and review. What's the name of this movie? Come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, my leg, my leg, my leg, my leg. It's Dragonlance movie, Dragons of Autumn Twilight. Alright, see you soon. Bye.